I think that God finally is getting our attention. I think so. I think that God finally is getting our attention. Did God send the coronavirus to the earth? No, he did not. No, God is not wicked to send coronavirus to the earth. No, God didn't do that. But did God get our attention? Yes, yes, yes. I think that this coronavirus situation has taught us a lesson that we will never forget. For those who are trusting in their businesses and their empires, there are so many things that we've made an idol. And the Bible said that God is a jealous God. He hates idols. It dawned on me that some of us, some people made their bishops their gods. Some people, they made their bishops, their pastors, their general overseer an idol. You fear and worship your pastor or your bishop more than you fear God. Hold on, I'm coming because I'm trying to pull out something from this. Some people are worshiping their mega churches, big building. See, some pastors are bragging and boasting who has the bigger church, whose church contains 100,000 people and whose church contains 50,000 people. So are bragging about it. Those churches are empty. Those mega churches, they are empty. You see this God in heaven? Some people don't know how big God is. Some people don't know how great God is. You see, there are prayers I pray. Sometimes when I go to the presence of God, I have a unique way that I talk to God. I think I have something I tell God that probably some people don't tell him. There are things I need from God. When I go to him, I don't ask those things. I don't pray for those things. I just go and I start to praise him. I start to remind him how big he is. Some people don't know how big God is. God is so large. The Bible said the heavens could not contain him. The Bible said the heavens cannot contain God. So he made the earth his footstool. That's how big God is. He said, heavens cannot contain me. This heaven, you know how big heaven is? Third heaven. And God said, it can't contain me. I need somewhere to put my foot. So I see many pastors and bishops bragging about their big church, their mega church. Those mega churches are empty as I'm talking to you. And those going with entourage presently probably are not going with entourage. They are doing their broadcasting from their office or from the church studio. God knows how to humble us. Did God send coronavirus? No. He did not. No, he didn't, because he's not wicked. But the question still remains. Is God getting our attention finally? The other day I saw Oprah on Facebook. Oprah singing a song, the challenge that Tyler Perry started, He holds the whole world in his hands. He holds that. And you see all the stars, Hollywood stars and the people who never believed in God are singing those songs. Those songs. Everybody now knows that there is God, right? Everybody, finally, we are on our knees. I saw a video of people on the street of Brazil crying out to God. Some people at the parking lot crying out to God. On the rooftops crying out to God. Some people laying down on the streets of their country crying out to God. Did God get our attention? Yes, he did. He did. You know what, let me tell you what God is doing right now. Let me tell you his facial expression. God is in heaven smiling. God is in heaven and he's just smiling. He's smiling not because people are dying. He's not wicked. Not because people are dying. He's smiling because finally he got our attention. Till today, the mode of transmission of coronavirus has not been found out. Nobody knows the mode of transmission, right? Nobody till now. They don't know whether it's airborne or droplets. Nobody knows. And now people are talking about 5G, 5G radiation. God knows how to get our attention. He knows how to get our attention. Most of us, our idols are athletes. The stadiums are empty. Stadiums are empty. NBA court is empty. Hollywood is empty. You go out on the street of America today, look at the faces of people, you see fear and panic. Everybody is panicking. Some of my co-workers, I was speaking with them, one of them said, we're all gonna die. I'm like, I'm not gonna die with you because I know what to do. I'm not gonna die with you because I know what to do. Let me tell you, all these things we made an idol. Some of you, your idol is your passport, international passport to travel out. You know, you are boasting and bragging about, you know, they gave you multi-visa, you can travel to any country. Go and travel now. Your father owns the airport. Go and travel. Right? Go and travel. Some of you, your idol is your business, international business. You can fly to any country and import. Go and import now. Go to China. Where do I start? Is it Nigerian politicians, African politicians? Small headache, you are out of the country. Fly out now. Go. Has God gotten our attention? That's the question. Is God trying to get our attention? Until today, some people are not getting it. Is God trying to get our attention? Is God trying to get your attention? That is the key word. Is God trying to get my attention? He's in heaven smiling. The Bible said, you see, the Bible said that he who sits in the heavens will smile. He's smiling. He's not smiling because people are dying and suffering. He's smiling because he got your attention. He got your attention. He knows how to get you. Yes, some of you are afraid to go out. Go out now. Haba. Go out. Go out. Yeah, why are you afraid? You that is boasting and bragging that nobody can kill you. Go out. Drive out. Go to the store. You see, some people don't know the frailty and the vulnerability of human life. You don't know how weak you are until things like this happen. You don't know how weak you are, that you are nobody without Jesus. You are nobody. Some people don't get it. You are nobody without God. Without God, you are nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. A king in the Bible, you know, Herod, the Bible says he was bragging and boasting and people were praising him and calling him, they said he's the voice of an angel, the voice of a God, sorry. So they said he's the voice of a God, not the voice of a man. The Bible said that the angel of God struck him. The angel gave him a slap. He dropped and maggots ate his flesh. Maggots. Right there. Maggots ate his flesh. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Now one life. Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible was boasting after building his kingdom. Mighty kingdom. Great kingdom. The greatest man on the earth of his time. So he was boasting and bragging. You know, he told himself, I have built this mighty kingdom with my own hands. And God said to him, let's see. Let's see. He became an animal. The Bible says he turned to a beast. He turned to a beast, and his hands, his fingers, everything turned to the animal claws. And he lived in a forest for 7 years. Humble yourself. What God is trying to teach us is humility. The kings and the presidents of the earth, they will get it later. Don't worry. They will understand that what God is trying to teach them, humble yourself. See, coronavirus did not come from God. Please don't get me wrong. God did not send this plague. And for those who are talking about Antichrist, I don't believe all those things. Don't come and tell me that Antichrist is coming to put chip in the body of people because of the vaccine or Bill Gates. Don't tell me all those things, man. Because Antichrist will not come until after the rapture. Get it right. The Antichrist will not come until after the rapture. So Antichrist is not on earth. See, the saints are still here. So Antichrist will not come. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever you've made an idol in your life, anything you have made a god, I told somebody, God hates gods. He hates gods. And let me tell you, because, you know, I went through something when I was growing up. Let me finalize this video. When I was growing up, my father was a gigantic man. He was a businessman and an evangelist. And he was doing pretty good. Financially, he was stable. He was doing well. And we were comfortable. And so I was like, my father was everything to me. I was a little child. I was seeing my father as a god. I was seeing my father. He was like a god to me. I was in school one day and they told me my father died at the age of 40. I was 16 then. My father died. And when my father died, I was crying, I was weeping. My mother was in her 30s, and we were kids back in Nigeria. So I was weeping, I was crying, and I was questioning God. And God said to me, I was a little boy, and God spoke to me, and He said to me, as long as your father is there, you will not see me as your father. As long as your father is there, you will not see me as your father. Sometimes God will move something out of the way so you can see Him. Question still remains. What is God trying to teach us? Humble yourself. Humility. You are nothing without Jesus.